Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to today's coverage of the Razer Dota 2 Malaysia tournament. This is the match between Orange and Space Monkeys, the third match of my broadcast for today. This is the one of two semi-finals. We've got four invited teams. Yesterday we had MUFC and Invasion Red. Today it is Orange and Space Monkeys. Space Monkeys, formerly known as Cybertime, for those of you in Malaysia or Southeast Asia may know them by that name. They were quite popular and famous 2 or 3 years ago. And here we go. We're going to have the second semi-final. MUFC absolutely dominating their opponents yesterday. They're awaiting the winner of this match in the finals. The band, the picks, they're all underway, guys. So without much further ado, I'll introduce myself. I am Gods from Ghosty Gamers, and this is the Razer Dota 2 Invitational Tournament held in Malaysia, live on LAN. And here we go, guys. Let's hop in. Over on the Radiant team, we have got the Space Monkeys team. Oops, that is not what we wanted to be doing. I will just quickly fix the screen. There we go, all nice and pretty. So over on the Sentinel team, sorry, Sentinel, I say Sentinel, I mean Radiant. I've been switching back and forth between Dota 1 and Dota 2 non-stop for like the past couple of days. So I keep saying Sentinel, Radiant, Scourge, Dire, whatever it is. I'll probably be messing it up today. But over on the Radiant team, we have got Space Monkeys, the Malaysian underdogs in this case. And over on the Dire team is Orange Esports, the Malaysian powerhouse in some ways. They have got the second pick. They are on the Dire side. They've banned out the Lycan, the Invoker, the Windrunner. The Radiant team have banned out a lot of those jungle heroes. Enchantress, Chen, Prophet, all being banned, and that's going to limit the options for Orange, who pick up a Shadow Shaman and a Darkseer. So they're going to be going for a strong sort of... They're going to have the pushing power there. They've got the Serpent Wards if they want to push. They've got the Darkseer with some teamfight potential, and Darkseer has become a very popular hero as of late, as I do just turn down some volume a little bit. Hopefully that is a bit better for you guys. The Radiant team, though, they've got some nice teamfight of their own. The Tide has become a top pick all of a sudden. A hero that, partly because of how easy he is to use. I mean, I don't mean to say he's a noob-friendly hero, but it becomes down to he doesn't take much to be effective. He can be effective in any game simply because of that Ravage, and he can also benefit from that farm if he can get up fast tanking items such as Arcane Boots and Pipe, and then use that to get some strong teamfight presence here. So we're going to see whether or not Space Monkeys can maybe cause an upset against the heavy favourites Orange, who are playing with their captain Mushi, X, who is Extinct, Y, who is Yamata, Ice, who is Ice, and W, who is Winter. So all the household Orange names. The only player they are missing is KYXY, but that's because they have got a 6-man roster, so they're only ever going to be playing with 5 of them. So KYXY is the one sitting out here, and we're going to see a CM Leshrac being picked up by Space Monkeys. So either Leshrac or Tide is going to be playing as a farmer for them, and a lot of teams, especially in the European Dota 2 scene, have been playing Tide as a farmer. They'll level up Anchor. Firstly, they'll level up Anchor Smash over Gush. And secondly, they'll be rushing Arcane Boots, Pipe. Often you'll see even Refresher. Shaitan has sort of made that a popular build, going for the Refresher on Tide. And we're going to see them maybe using the Tide as a farmer, or maybe just looking to use that Leshrac, get him nice and tanky, get him doing a huge amount of magical DPS. And he also has a lot of pushing power. So let's just see. Everything looking okay. X is Extinct, not KYXY. So Extinct is their sort of jungle hero player. He plays their Enchantress, their Chen, both of which have been banned here. So Orange have been limited in what they can pick up. They're going to go with the Earthshaker here. So Ice and Extinct generally play their 2 solo support roles. We'll see Winter, Yamata, Mushi on the solos and carries. Typically it'll be Mushi in the safe lane, Yamata soloing the mid lane, and Winter playing that side lane solo. Heroes such as Bat Rider, Clockwork, maybe even Windrunner, or Windrunner has been banned here, come to mind for him. He played a Prophet solo in that last Dota 1 replay we just saw in the side lane, but that's another hero that has been banned. So limited in the side lane solos, maybe going to go for something like a Puck even in this case. But so far Orange have strong lanes. They've got the ES Fissure, which gives them some nice defensive laning, and Darkseer as well is fairly defensive in the laning stage, not easy to take down or kill. Razer is the one hero that is fairly squishy, and maybe something that Space Monkeys look to punish in the laning phase if they put an aggressive lane mid, or maybe just focus a lot of ganks on that mid lane. And something to be of note, guys, is Syllabear is still in the pool. So Syllabear could be picked up, although Orange do not have KYXY. Lone Druid, or Syllabear, is one of his sort of trademark heroes. But if we do have a Syllabear I don't know if it's Syllabate or Lone Droid. This is Dota 2. What's it called in this? I think it's Lone Druid. But we'll find out anyways if it does get picked up. But if they do go for that, I imagine it'll be Mushi playing it. And for the person asking, their first pick is Shadow Shaman, or also known as Rasta. And he's the hero with drops the Serpent Wards, has the Shackle, has that Voodoo, the Hex, and is a very, very nice disabling hero. And we're going to see Anti-Mage. There's your Lone Druid ban coming out from Space Monkeys, thinking that Orange may want to go for that, and a DK ban as well. We've seen DK become very, very popular recently. Croc from Ghost Gamers was saying how in the Southeast Asian scene, it's suddenly a top pick, one of the most highly rated heroes. It's very hard to take down. It's got a lot of pushing power, and used in a lineup going for sort of a mid-game push with Pipe, Mech, DK can be very, very hard to stop. And here we're going to go. Going to see the fourth pick coming up from Space Monkeys. No more bans. They're going to have to round off their lineup fairly soon. And what are they going to go with? They've got the CM Tide Leshrac. That could be a tri-lane of sorts. They may want to have the Leshrac solo and then use the CM Tide in the tri-lane, but they need some kind of semi-carries or hard carries, something with some damage output. And heroes like Enigma, Beastmaster, Arcel in the pool could run as a solo mid. I think Beastmaster would fit very well. If they picked up something like a Beastmaster and a Mirana, they would round off their lineup very well. They'd have the nice Beastmaster disables as well as a solo mid hero. Mirana can either be played in the tri-lane or as a solo top hero. They could pick up a Weaver. Weaver's another hero, very popular hero who could have some semi-carry potential and is very popular in Southeast Asia, so we could see a Weaver as the go-to hero here. It's going to be a Puck for now, so they're not going to pick up any kind of carry yet. They're going to pick up their side lane hero. Puck probably going to go to that top lane. They're going to run Leshrac either at mid or in the tri-lane, and they're going to pick up some kind of semi-carry last to finish off their tri-lane or to solo that mid lane. They need some actual sort of DPS, some right-click damage, or they need something at least with a bit of burst damage in terms of spell damage, something like a Queen of Pain of their own. But Queen of Pain picked up by Orange. There you go. Their lineup's coming together. They've got the mobility and the nukes coming out from Queen of Pain. Will give them some strong lanes. They could even put Queen of Pain solo top against the Puck. Queen of Pain could easily beat a Puck. Has some heavy damage nukes. And we're going to see what the teams do come up with. What do they decide on? There's a lot of carries heroes left in the pool here. Space Monkeys want to go for something a bit harder at carry. They're going to go with a Night Stalker, so they get the silence. It's not really a carry, though. It's more sort of a semi-carry slash tank. They didn't want to go for something like maybe a Ricky, where they would get the Cloud as well as the carry potential and the disable on the Queen of Pain. I think SA would have been a good pick here, but Night Stalker works as well. It's a bit more tanky and has a lot more survivability than the Ricky. So that's going to be what they go for here. And now Orange going to be coming up with their last pick. What's it going to be? What is going to finish off their lanes? They may want to just go with a support hero here. If they're going to run the Darks here as a solo, they've got the Queen of Pain as another solo, and the Razer maybe as a solo, depending how they want to lane this, whether Darks is jungle or not. They need another support hero, but Queen of Pain and Razer as their two semi-carries is not got much to go into the late game. So they're probably going to run Darks here in the jungle, Queen of Pain and Shadow Shaman as the two solos, and then pick up some hero to use as a semi-carry here. Could go for something like the Mirana, the Razer. Mushi has been known to play as Kunkka even. And it's going to be the support, so it is going to be Queen of Pain as their main carry hero. And I think that's largely because Space Monkeys don't have a carry of their own. They've got Leshrac and Night Stalker, and as far as damage output goes, Night Stalker and Leshrac could take the cake here. They've got a Tide Ravage, they've got the Puck Ultimate, they've got some nice team fight. And I'm liking this Space Monkeys draft. I mean, Orange have something to work with, but right now I'd say Space Monkeys have the slightly stronger draft. Going to come down to how it's laned, how it's played out throughout the early game. Because, guys, it is getting a bit chilly here. I'm going to turn on my heater as you hear that little beep in the background. We're going to hop into this game now, guys, as Orange Esports on the Dire team up against Space Monkeys. This is one of two semi-finals here. Both teams fighting for a place in the finals to fight for $2,000. Awaiting them is MUFC, who yesterday had a very impressive format. And this is going to be semi-final number one. And we're going to introduce our two teams. Team number one, over on the Radiant team, representing Malaysia, trying to get their place in the grand finals is Space Monkeys. On the Puck, we've got Wopar Lee. On the Night Stalker, we've got PC Fair Pycom, also known as PC Fast Pycom. Apparently that's not his normal name. On the Leshrac, we've got Dan. On the Tide Hunter, we have got Wen Yi. And finally, on the Crystal Maiden, we have got Papa. And then over representing the Dire team, also representing Malaysia, but more importantly, representing Orange Esports, is going to be Ice playing the Witch Doctor. We've got Mushi on the Queen of Pain. We've got X or Extinct playing the Earthshaker. We've got Winter playing the Darkseer. And we've got Yamata playing the Shadow Shaman. And as far as lanes go, we're going to be seeing Shadow Shaman head towards that mid lane. Winter going to be soloing it up at bottom. And finally at top lane, Mushi, Queen of Pain. The main sort of damage coming out for the Dire team. Not a hard carry by any means, but definitely a hero that can do a lot of damage, supported by the ES. Darkseer, sorry, not Darkseer, Witch Doctor also going to be there. So it's a trial in with the Queen of Pain. An interesting decision coming out from Orange. Up against that trial, we've got a CM, a Tide, a Leshrac. They're all heading top. They're also heading top with a puck. We're going to see most of the team roaming top. Nightstalker is a bit slow, but he's going to be joining up. They're going to try and maybe look for a bit of a level 1 clash here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Orange try to fight this. If they do get taken by surprise, things will turn sour very, very quickly, because right now, Space Monkeys are sending their entire team up top. They've got all 5 going, and it looks like Witch Doctor and ES may actually just do some neutral pulling or look for just roaming. They've got an early smoke, so ES could maybe look for an early gank on mid lane, and mid lane I think is likely going to be this Leshrac. Although it could depend on whether or not they want the Nightstalker soloing at mid. They could just put their tri-lane with the Leshrac and have the Nightstalker soloing mid, because Nightstalker is one of those heroes who needs a lot of levels, a lot of farm. And guys, I'm Australian. We can't pronounce Yamata properly. It's just not possible. It's not in our vocabulary. Our accent just does not pronounce that word correctly. If you've heard Toby, you would know this. But I'll do my best to say Yamata. Yamata. It's just the Australian accent, man. But anyways, back to the game. Back to the game. Enough people trolling me in the chat. We're gonna have. Screw you, Mr. Blue. We're gonna have the Tide to CM leading the charge at top, and Leshrac and Puck are backing them up. Nightstalker at mid. I presume at mid. I mean, could be different ways sorted out. And Darkseer at the bottom lane. Depends who do Space Monkeys want to put up against that Darkseer. They could run their tri-lane against the Darkseer, really punish the Darkseer in that side lane solo. But if they do that, the Puck, who is going to be soloing up top, will have a very hard time against this Queen of Pain. So they may want to put their tri-lane top, Puck solo bottom. Puck can do fairly well against Darkseer, and definitely a lane that Puck probably wants to be in. Puck, I mean, you're not going to out-farm the Darkseer. Both heroes will farm up, but Puck just wants to make sure he can get those levels. Again, at this top lane, he might not get the levels that he needs. And guys, this is live. This is Orange versus Space Monkeys, the LAN tournament being held in Malaysia. Live. Big shout out to everyone who is watching it from the convention center live in Malaysia. I believe my stream is actually on the big screen there, so shout out to you guys. And good job supporting esports, supporting your favorite teams, whether it's Orange or Space Monkeys, or if you just want to go watch some awesome Dota 2 action, this is the place to be. And we're going to have the game resume. Mushi is not the one they want to go on. He's got that blink at top. Good luck, have fun is the call. ES and Witch Doctor are going into this jungle as well. They're pinging here. Whether or not something is up is yet to be seen. Queen of Pain coming around from the backside. He's going to spot them out. He gets pinged though. He may level up this blink. He hasn't yet. And he says, okay, they're there. ES Witch Doctor, do not go out. And ES Witch Doctor are going to hug their tower as best as possible. They block the pull. It doesn't look like there's any sentry wards here. As Mushi going to poke his head out again. He'll level up that blink if he needs to. Right now, he's not going to level up anything yet. If a kill opportunity comes, he may want to get that Shadow Strike. So he's going to wait as long as possible before leveling up any of his skills. And here we're going to see Mushi. Just a bit of poking around, and it is going to be Puck soloing the top lane by the looks of it. Nightstalker's heading down towards bottom. So interesting lane setup. Leshrac at mid. Tide is there as well, but Nightstalker against the Darkseer at bottom. Is Nightstalker going to be solo? It's too soon to tell. Darkseer doing something smart, surging the creep. That's going to push this wave into the tower and give him a bit of an easier time if he is up against something annoying and strong at this bottom lane. It's not going to reach the tower though, but that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, mid lane, Leshrac against Shadow Shaman. They're going to look for some early game aggression on him. Maybe CM and Tide are there. They're going to deny this range creep. They have got a smoke. They may look to smoke around, get an early gank off. Meanwhile, dewarding action going on. They deward the Observer Ward. They get this creep pull up, and they also popped on a D ward. I didn't actually see if they got that D ward there, but I imagine they may have, depending on where CM put the other observer ward. Yep, Radiant have no observer wards up on the map. So they dewarded both wards, and they're going to go in here looking for some aggression. They start with a couple of right clicks. There goes the cast. They've got the fissure if they need it. They're going to force an orb. He will orb. The fissure goes down. A couple more right clicks could finish him off. They're not going to get it. He pops the salve. That was a mistake. He popped it really early. He wasn't going to die there. He could have waited to use that salve, but he decided to play it safe. So no problem there at all. And here we're going to have the Trilanet bot, CM, Tide, Nightstalker looking to punish the Darks here. But it's hard. Darkseer has the Surge, and he's also got the Wave pushing towards him, although they do have the creep pool of their own. So both top lane and bottom lane, we're going to see that creep pool coming into play. Puck is going to be getting some levels here, but not all that much, because all this creep XP is going to get denied. These Centaurs will do their job to at least deny some of it, by the looks of it. Although it will then, yeah, we're going to see one range creep go down, and they're going to try to deny off as much of this as possible, as well as ES and Witch Doctor getting some XP to work with. ES is going to stack this one before pulling it, deny even more. Meanwhile, mid lane, Leshrac, solo kill, first blood, completely missing it, guys. If you're playing the drinking game, go take a drink, and regen at bottom. Not going to grab it, though. Leshrac didn't actually see it by the looks of it. And there we go. Winter actually snatches it, so a bit of a mistake there, guys. And Yamata going down to Space Monkey's Dan. So far, Space Monkey's off to a great start. That level 2 Diabolic E does so much damage if you get caught alone. And he went for the tower dive. Unfortunately, I did completely miss it. Was definitely not expecting a first one at that mid lane that early on. And here we're going to see X immediately saying, okay, this mid lane not going as well as we'd planned. Maybe he needs a fissure. Maybe he needs some kind of backup. Early bottle on Leshrac. That's going to help him out a lot at this mid lane, and there is not going to be any rune, at least for another minute and 10 seconds, because that 2-minute rune was taken, that regen at bottom lane. And here we're going to see neutral pulling. The Iron Shell is there. It's actually going to look to steal maybe some kills here. It gets one, although the other does get denied, and CM and Tide will finish off that, although take a fair bit of damage, so they need to be careful. Nightstalker getting a fair bit of farm, I imagine, at this bottom lane. He's up to 14 CS, 15 CS for Mushi at top, so Mushi having a great time at top. Puck, though, level 3, not doing all too bad. This new Puck, Phase Shift, does not cost any mana, so you can spam Phase Shift. You can dodge right clicks with Phase Shift. It is just such a more versatile laning skill because it doesn't cost you any mana. And here we're going to see CM Tide putting on some pressure. They actually just throw a gush here. Bit of, I don't know about wasted mana, but it will just sort of make Winter think twice about coming near the lane. And still, ES sitting here, sitting nearby. He knows they've got no wards. Leshrac does not know where ES is, so he's not going to die for a kill when ES is missing, if he has some map awareness to realize this. The problem is he's got this bottle, but ES is going to camp this rune and prevent him from getting this rune. Puck, though, is coming to help. Oh, they spot each other. This is good for Space Monkeys. They want to know where that ES is, and now that Leshrac does, he can use that to his advantage, as Puck is going to scout at the top rune. It's going to spawn bottom. Winter and Wenyi are there, and Winter going to pick up the double damage. Not going to help him much. He's not even going to be able to get close enough to the creep wave to actually use it, but the strategic importance of denying a rune from the Leshrac, even denying a rune from the Tide or the CM if they want to go ganking, is very crucial. You want to know where all those runes are, because those runes can be stepping stones to get successful ganks, whether it's an invis, a haste, or something to take your opponents by surprise. And Puck at top lane, level 3 only, so he's still struggling a bit on the levels. Mushi level 5, level 3, Scream of Pain. He's now got 1400 gold, and going to be looking to maybe pick up some treads in just a second here. As mid lane, 3 Sentinel heroes, Radiant heroes I should say, gathered around. CM and Tide are there, but I mean they're spotted. They want to smoke. Tide's pinging over here, maybe saying, hey, come smoke with me. Let's gank either mid or bottom. They may look to go all the way around at mid. That's what I hope they do. Yep, it looks like they'll go around mid. This is a smart decision here. Oh, CM walks too close. Bit of a mistake. Did Yamata realize that they smoked or not? I don't know if he did. It looks like he may realize. He's playing fairly far back. He's going to... Ooh, no, he's not going to realize what's going on here. He's going to get gushed, I believe, in just a second here. I think they could go for this kill. CM, level 3, has both Nova and Frostbite. They're going to go in for the gush. Is it going to be? No, they're going to back off. That's what happens. They needed the CM to be smoked as well, but CM got revealed in smoke, and now ES, Witch Doctor, coming in towards mid. They're going to back up Yamata, and they're going to maybe use this Fissure and Witch Doctor cast to maybe take the Radiant team by surprise, as we will see. these heroes heading towards bottom room. They have got the smoke if they want to use it. The Radiant team have now put a ward up. They've got it near the mid lane just to see any sort of gank coming in from the side, but they have got smoke if they want to use it. They could even go all the way bottom, look for a kill on Night Stalker. Night Stalker, speaking of which, it's now nighttime. He's got 900 gold. Maybe going to pick up an Urn of Shadows here as the next rune. It's bottom. They fight for it. Tide picks it up. CM in trouble though. He's been maledicted. Pops off the Frostbite on ES and trying to get out of there. The Surge from Winter looking to chase. He needs a couple more right clicks. He gets one. He gets two. Gets the kill. That evens up the kill score. And they're going to see a retaliation coming from Leshrac. The Diabolic E doing so much damage. Night Stalker picks up the kill. He's got 9 charges on his magic stick, so not all that much XP because he was sharing the lane with CM and Ty, but so far he's got quite a lot of farm, 1300 gold. Should pick up that Urn of Shadow soon, especially if he's going to be ganking. Getting those charges to either use as extra nuke damage or to heal yourself up in between ganks can be so useful. And we're going to see top lane. Here goes the smoke. They're going to look for smoke. They may come from behind, but it looks like they're going to... No, they're not going to go through river. They're going to go from behind. This is how you have to do it against Puck. And Mushi now, fairly high level. He's level 7. He doesn't have much money. He's already popped his ultimate. So he missed a kill on Puck using his ulti. That is a bit of a mistake coming out from him, depending on when it happened. But ES Witch Doctor are going to come, try to make sure the kill is successful. Mushi, though, low on mana, doesn't actually have his scream. He needs to get out. He pops the phase shift. He pops the blink. Fissure going to go. Gets a silence on Witch Doctor. Couple more right clicks. Mushi blinks in. Right click damage is going to be enough as Witch Doctor picks up the kill. Witch Doctor taking a fair bit of tower damage. So in comes Crystal Maiden. Needs to be careful, actually. This is 1v3 Crystal Maiden. You don't want to do that. You're going to have Tidehunter joining up, though, and this is what Space Monkeys want. Fissure is being teased as they're going to find the Witch Doctor, get the Gush. There's Frostbite, there's Gush. Couple more right clicks is needed. Not going to be enough. Leshrac picks up Shadow Shaman, meanwhile, goes down in return. The wards, Serpent Wards, do enough damage. CM does pick up the Witch Doctor, guys. So, kills all over the map. Teams just fighting back and forth. Night Stalker coming in. He's gone for phase boots. He does have that 10 charges on his magic stick soon. Should pop them considering his HP and mana is a bit low. But just waiting for an opportunity here as he is going to find Winter at the bottom lane. The Observer Ward sees him pick up that haste. But not going to be able to do much more than that. We may see a TP bottom from Leshrac looking for a kill on bottom lane. But for now, Leshrac picking up a kill at mid, but going down in return. Those Serpent Wards were used for a kill, but that's kind of good for Space Monkeys because they don't mind giving up a kill because as long as they're not losing towers to those Serpent Wards. Top lane, Puck once again on the receiving end on some right-click damage. And the problem is he's saving the phase shift for the Scream of Pain, but if he's saving the phase shift, Queen of Pain just keeps right-click, 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 and Queen of Pain with treads up already is doing some nice damage, has some extra attack speed as well. And that's something to look out for Puck. Puck, who's being forced to play very safe. Not to mention this Observer Ward, giving Queen of Pain great vision. He can afford to play a bit recklessly at times, perhaps. And we will see Yamata and Extinct at mid. Check CS, says Mr. Blue. Maybe I don't want to. But looking at the CS, then, if you insist... 36, 33 on Night Stalker and Leshrac. Not a whole lot on Puck, but that's to be expected. And at bottom lane, Winter, 45, 53 on Mushi, 38 on Yamata. A bit of a farm lead for Orange, at least at the moment, as they are looking to go in. The Fissure, though, stopping Dad's advances, and that actually gets him a bit trapped there. Yamata deciding not to go in. He's got the Serpent Wards up now. Going to look to maybe drop those either for a kill on a tower or a hero. And... right now, I'd say this game is fairly even. Looking at the gold graph, Orange are up by 2k gold. So that's as a result of all that farm difference. I mean, they've got Winter farming quite heavily at bottom lane. He's got Arcane Boot soaring up, and he's maybe even going to get a tier 1 tower here on his own, doing that creep skipping here. He's going to surge his way out. But right now, I mean, Orange, they're just farming all over the map. Shadow Shaman farming mid, Quap farming top, Darkseid farming bottom, and all these tier 1 towers at both top and bottom are getting pressured quite heavily. Queen of Pain maybe going to look to take out this tier 1 tower with the next creep wave. As meanwhile the supports, the ES, the Witch Doctor, they're probably, this XP graph is much more even. Only a 1k difference there. And that's as a result of this ES and Witch Doctor spending a lot of time roaming around. But the farm is in Orange's favor here. They've got some nice map vision as well. The Observer Ward in lane at top. They've got an Observer Ward here at this mid lane. And bottom lane, helping to protect Winter, the Darks here. And we will see this bottom tier 1 tower go down. It'll be denied by Wopa Lee, the Puck. And whether or not he denies it now, or maybe waits, it looks like he doesn't want to deny it yet. We may see a gank coming in soon. They might try to bait Winter to go in for the tower, then have someone TP in. But for now, the tower has not been denied yet. So, yeah, he's going to start denying. He needs to before this creep wave gets there. Else he risks it not being denied. Barely manages to it. Darkseid was surging himself in to go for that. And top lane, the tier 1 tower is also going to go down fairly soon. So, map control all going to orange. They're also getting some early towers. Even if they get denied, it's still gold into their pockets. And Leshrac at mid. Oh, they're not going to get the fissure. Much like when they tried to gank Yamata. It didn't work. So this time, the mid heroes are playing very well. They've got some nice map awareness. And they will back off. We see Soul Booster being built on the Leshrac. He's going to be going for a first item Bloodstone. He's got quite a lot of farm, especially with that first blood on Yamata. And bottom lane, Puck hitting level 6 now. That'll help him out a lot. But look at this Darks here. Huge farm on him. And he's going to be going for a quick pipe or possibly a mech depending on what his team needs and who is going for what. Shadow Shaman picking up an invis rune at bottom. Going to be invising his way in. He's being pinged and it looks like they're going to go on him, but they're not going to be able to get this kill because of that invis rune. TP's coming in. It's going to be Darkseid, but he's not going to be able to do much because CM has also joined the fun. And that means there's 4 Space Monkeys heroes at this mid lane. As we will see this tier 1 tower possibly being initiated on. Speaking of that, Shadow Shaman needs the surge from Darkseid to help him get away from that. That surge is really useful against a spell like the Night Stalker Void. As long as the Darkseid isn't silenced, you can use that to get your movement speed back. And there we go. Top tier 1 tower goes down. Mushi, 2.5k gold. You can pick up a Dagon if you wanted to. I don't think we will, but see that. But it's definitely a possibility. He will probably just go for maybe a Lincoln Sphere or an Ag Scepter or a Sheep Stick. One of those 3 items would be your sort of typical items. More observable, it's being picked up by Ice, the Witch Doctor, as meanwhile the Shadow Shaman up to 1400 gold. Looking at the CS chart, we see 45 CS on Night Stalker, 55 on Leshrac. The Dire team though leading the way, 83 on Mushi, 70 on Winter, and 57 on Shadow Shaman. They've got the 3 highest CSs in the game. The top 3 in terms of CSs are all on the Dire team. Leshrac is just caught up to Shadow Shaman at the 3rd place, but right now Orange are quite a big farm lead. They've also got both top and bottom tier 1 towers. If we look at the gold difference as a result, 5k gold in the favor of Orange. They are the ones in control of this game. They're looking to get up map control. They've got this vision on the high ground at mid, and that's going to help them out. They know what's going to be coming if Space Monkeys look for a push on this mid lane or try take their opponents by surprise by hiding on the high ground. They're not going to have that option. Puck is still getting up some core items of his own, and he's going to be looking to TP in at the first sign of trouble, if there is some at mid lane, I imagine. As that is going to be, looks like it's going to be the scene of the crime as Yamata finds a regen rune at bottom. He's going to pick that up, bottle it up, maybe look to drop those Serpent Wands at mid to push it down. Mid tower though, still full HP, so he may just say, okay, mid's too hard to go for. Bottom lane's a solo Puck. He may actually swing bottom, but he's going to decide against that. But right now, Space Monkeys are just sitting around not doing a whole lot. They need to make something happen. They're losing out on farm. Mushi is still farming away. Mushi has picked up a Necro Book. I like this decision by him. I think it was a smart. I think it's a smart item choice in this game. Although it wasn't mentioned earlier as a possible item for him, it's actually going to be really useful. If you can drain Tide's mana, he can't Ravage. This Tide is such a small mana pool until he has Arcane Boots. If you put a Necro Book on him, suddenly a Tide does not have Ravage on the team fight, and that can have a huge impact on a team fight. Whoopsie daisy, guys. We will just tab back in here as we see a Shackle on mid. They want the Leshrac. There goes the Ward Trap. ES with the Fissure. Witch Doctor cast. Leshrac pops the Edict. Not going to be enough. And the Wards pick up the Courier kill as well. A hero kill and Courier kill. Queen of Pain comes in. CM will go down. Mushi with the ultimate. Not going to actually pick up the kill. It's going to be the Ether Shock. So a bit of a wasted ultimate there from Mushi, but doesn't really matter. They're going to look to pick up the tier 1 tower as well. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Night Stalker just farming away, trying to get up that BKB. Without BKB, the disables from Shadow Shaman, ES, the nuke from Quap will do so much damage to him. And for those of you who are in the chat, guys, you're not allowed to spam links and advertising. That's the rules. But for now, focus on this game. Queen of Pain picking up the tier 1 tower. as we do see Queen of Pain getting close to that Necrobook 3. He has enough gold for the Necrobook 2. He's only 1k gold away. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Winter going in. He's picked up a Vitality Booster. Going to be looking for that Vanguard. And then turn that into either a mech or a pipe after that, probably. As we will see. CM defending the bottom lane. Doing all he can. Pops down the Nova. Going to get some creeps up of his own. And... excuse me, guys. Ooh. Need some water. As we will see, some items being bought. Necrobook 2, Vanguard. Haste Room picked up by Shadow Shaman. And right now, Orange are the ones in control. Space Monkeys need to put something together. They need to use their strong teamfight heroes. As we see Puck, level 8. He's leveling up that Waning Rift slowly. The higher level Puck gets, the longer the duration of that silence. Right now, it's only 1.5 seconds of silence. He needs the 3-second silence for those teamfights. They need the Tide level 6 as well. Space Monkeys right now, under-leveled, and you can see that here. They're down by 3k on XP. They're missing some core levels, like the Tide Ravage. He now hits level 6 finally. Leshrac, though, he's the one doing the best for this Space Monkeys team. Has the Soul Booster. And going to be looking to just keep the pressure going as bottom lane Night Stalker. Phase Boots and Ograk, so not bad himself. He's about 1600 gold away from that BKB, and here we go. Tide gets found. He's got the Ravage, though, so they're going to say, okay, let's not go on him. They need this Shadow Shaman who's hiding in the trees. Leshrac looking to come out now. He's been spotted by this ward. In goes the wards. They actually missed the trap. He was going for the ward trap. Not going to find it. And Leshrac is quite tanky here. Not going to be enough damage by the looks of it. He's going to survive and going to turn around. Puck goes in. Puck looking for the kills on either of these. As Leshrac trying to bottle up. The problem is he's so low on HP. He needs to be careful. Bottom lane. Darkseer going to be initiated on. In comes the CM Frostbite. The Edict. Going to be enough. Winter will go down. 2 heroes go down. ES. Darkseer. The problem is though, Mushi, top lane, farming away, picks up the tier 2 tower, now has enough gold for a Necrobook 3. Wow, that is a lot of farm in a short amount of time. 18 minutes, Necrobook 3 for Mushi. And meanwhile, Space Monkeys pick up a couple kills. That's what they needed. They're going to get another Null Talisman up on Puck. Puck now hitting level 8. Well, actually, not now hitting. He's been level 8 for a while. He's still only got the level 2 silence. And Space Monkeys, I mean, they were all 5 there, so they didn't actually get much XP from that because they split the XP, split the gold between 5 heroes. Only got 2 kills. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain was free farming top, picked up a tower, picked up the Necrobook 3 more importantly, and we are seeing Tide actually not leveling up the Anchor Smash, which is something unusual. We normally see Tide maxing out that Anchor Smash because it doesn't cost much mana, it scales very well, it does nice damage, and it also lowers your opponent's attack damage, but part of that is because he's against all these nuking heroes. Queen of Pain, Shadow Shaman, Earthshaker, these aren't heroes who do right-click damage, so the minus damage isn't something that you necessarily need. And we will see the push continuing at bottom. Queen of Pain will have that Necrobook 3 to use to push if they need it. Darkseer going for the pipe. He's picked up a Vanguard already. Earthshaker, Arcane Boot, 600 gold. We'll probably go for a Blink Dagger slowly, as it looks like Witch Doctor is going to be going for a Drum of Endurance. And Shadow Shaman, Necrobook 1 is picked up on him. He's going to be going for the Necrobook 2 and Necrobook 3 fairly soon as Tier 2 tower goes down. Orange, despite being down 1 kill, getting further and further ahead in terms of gold, experience. They pick up another tower. They've got great map control here. Wards in their opponent's neutrals, wards in mid lane. And they're now going to look to pressure this Tier 3 tower. Even the Necrobook is popped. They're going to maybe just put down the Serpent wards and just right-click this tower, do some damage. I mean, I don't think they can get the racks here. But they can definitely do some damage while the Ravage is down, especially. As we will see. There we go. Just being right-clicks being done. Night Stalker does not have the ultimate. It's still daytime. Queen of Pain actually picks up a kill on the CM using the Necrobook. Holy crap, how did that CM actually die? Just got right-clicked down by a Necrobook. I think it was maybe the blue Necrobook that killed him. But right now, Radiant Team, Space Monkeys, without that Ravage, they couldn't really do much about that push. And Queen of Pain will TP top, gets pinged by Space Monkeys. They know what's going on now. They know Queen of Pain's left. They're saying, okay, let's go look for kills. It's now nighttime. Night Stalker charges forward, but by now it's too late. Night Stalker almost has that BKB, and until he does have that BKB, it is going to be very, very hard to fight, as maybe Orange going to go for the Roshan attempt here. As Bloodstone is bought by Leshrac, so there's some decent farm for Space Monkeys. You see Bloodstone on Leshrac, Night Stalker almost finishing a BKB at 20 minutes. Puck needs a Blink Dagger though, and oh, this is going to be a smoke attempt, so... Oh, they get spotted though. They get spotted by this Observer Ward. It was an unlucky position to be smoking in. Witch Doctor pops out another ward, but he's just doing that and running like crazy because they saw them smoke. They know something is up, which is why Orange are sticking together, sticking around this tower, and they're going to run right into this fight here. Maybe go for the Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman is baiting. This is not going to go well for Space Monkeys, I feel. Are they going to make a play for this? But they've got, actually, it could go well because they've got the Ravage, they've got the AoE, they've got the Puck, they've got the better team fight, but Orange have the better positioning. They know what's coming, they know where their opponents are, and here, they're expecting a Roshan attempt maybe. Oh, they get pinged. Now Orange know exactly what is up. They're going to go Fissure onto CM. The cast goes. Darkseid running into the middle. He's got the level 1 wall. In comes the Ravage. Hits the support to the back. Nice little Ravage. They're going to take out Winter before he can cast any spells, really. No vacuum wall combo. And that is a nice start to the fight. Queen of Pain, though, at the backline. Picks up one. And going to take out... Maybe get the Puck as well. Puck trying to orb his way out. Mushi needs one more right click. Going to miss the Scream. Doesn't get anything else there. And going to try pick up a second... he's already picked up a second. Going to try to pick up a third here as Tidehunter getting very low. Mushi, too much damage. The Necrobook 3, triple kill from Mushi. And Orange looking very, very good here as we do see Space Monkeys forced to back off. Nightstalker now has that BKB, but he needed that BKB up that fight. And Orange now going to take out the last outer tower. One tower closer to a Grand Finals matchup. A dream matchup with Orange and MUFC. The Grand Finals a lot of people can't wait for. We will see Necrobook 3 on both Mushi and Yamata. And maybe even more Necrobooks to come, whether Ice gets one or even Winter could go for one. It looks like Winter will just go for that pipe though. But right now, Orange, complete control of this game. We're even going to have... Oh, not that close to a Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, but... Oh man, this is... not looking all too good for Space Monkeys, but they've still got some hope. They've still got some nice items of their own. They are behind by 10k gold, but they've got the team fight with the Tide and the Puck. They've got the items on Leshrak, who is starting to make a BKB of his own. Nightstalker has a BKB. They're going to charge in, try contest Roshan. They need to be careful this Sentry Ward doesn't spot them because they are smoked, but it's not going to see them if they don't have vision there with an Observer Ward. So they are going to go charging in. Look for this Earthshaker. Are they going to get spotted? Nightstalker pops a BKB. They go on Earthshaker. Shadow Shaman. They could get him as well. The Necrobook goes down. And Illusion Rune is popped. They want Yamata. And the Blink's coming in. The BKB wears off. Needs to be careful. In goes the Puck Coil. Winter is there. He's already too late though. Shadow Shaman goes down. Buyback from Earthshaker. Winter going to be on the receiving end of some aggression as well. He's not going to go down. Buybacks from both Shadow Shaman as well as Earthshaker. And now... the run is on. Space Monkeys need to be careful. They pick up the Witch Doctor. Double kill for Leshrak. He's going on Yamata. Yamata does not have those Serpent Wards and needs a bit more damage here. Will it come? Queen of Pain looking for a Blink Scream. Don't think Leshrak can survive this. There's the Blink Scream. One more right click. Mushi picks up 2. And a great, great fight here. The Necrobooks working magic for the Dire team, who just have so much magic damage, and they're going to push on in. They've got the Serpent Wards. They may just want to push. No, they're going to back off. They're going to play it safe. They're going to go for Roshan. And meanwhile, Space Monkeys, they did okay there. They forced some buybacks, and those buybacks is going to... I mean, this gold graph, it's still over 10k, but a lot of that gold difference has been spent on buybacks now. With 2 buybacks there, Orange are using their gold not as efficiently as they could be. And we will see Winter farming at bottom lane. He must be getting closer to that pipe. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have a Hood up now. So he has Hood with 700 gold. So he's about 800 to 900 gold away from that pipe. As we will see Roshan go down. Mushi will probably be the one picking up this Aegis. As he's going to now have the opportunity to be very, very aggressive. He's going to pick up an Ag Scepter, I want to say here. He could go for a BKB. But... BKB or Ag Scepter, I actually, by the looks of it, the fact he hasn't got a point boost, I think it's just going to be a BKB here, and then use that to go in, not have to worry about a Tide Ravage. The Nightstalker disables. He's got 4k gold, he's going to buy something. It is going to be a BKB, and this multiple Necrobook strategy is working well so far for Orange. Although they're only going to have 2, it doesn't look like anyone is building a third, at least not yet. We're going to wait and try to farm up this pipe. Drums of Endurance up on Witch Doctor. So, decent farm, even on the support heroes for the Dire team. The Radiant team, we've got a couple braces on Tide. On Crystal Maiden, you've just got Boots, some Wards, and a Gauntlet of Strength. And then heroes such as Puck, not yet even farming up that Blink Dagger. Ooh. He is levels 11 though, so he's got that maxed out Waning Rift, and that is just going to be so, so important with dealing with heroes like Queen of Pain, Shadow Shaman. You need that max silence, although Queen of Pain now with a BKB, that's going to become a bit harder. But Darkseer as well, another hero they need to shut down. If Darkseer gets off a big vacuum wall of replica, this fight is going to go very, very badly for Space Monkeys. And the defense is on. This tier 3 tower, they need to keep it alive as long as possible. I don't think they're going to be able to save it, but they need to try and make sure they can save their Raxes as Orange are grouping up, using their heals. And this is going to be make or break time for the Radiant team. Space Monkeys, it's on. Can they do this? I mean, they are definitely behind. They're behind in items, behind in levels. They haven't got much map control. They don't really know where their opponents are. And Winter just going to surge his way in. There's the vacuum. Doesn't actually use the wall, which is a bit... Normally you'd see the wall vacuum combo, but it doesn't really matter because Mushi with the BKB takes up one. He wants to go for the Leshrac because Leshrac's doing a lot of damage. And BKB is popped by Night Stalker. Leshrac goes down to Mushi. And that is the power of that BKB. You just can't stop Mushi getting those kills. Puck goes down as well. 4 kills in a row for Orange. They're going to get the tier 3 tower. They're going to get the racks. The Serpent Wards are down for Yamata. And this is looking to be a very, very tough position for Space Monkeys to get out of it. But Night Stalker is there. He's the only one still up. He's got about 10 seconds before his teammates will be up to help him hold the fort. Ravage has been blown though. And Orange are going to just back off, play it safe. They've got the Aegis on Mushi now. They're going to maybe look for a mid push, but they haven't got the Serpent Wards. But still, they are just looking very, very solid here. And Yamata is at the top lane. He's got 2.5k gold. May go just for a BKB of his own. The BKB so far have proven to be very useful against the Tide Ravage, against the stuns from Leshrac, CM, the disables of Puck and Night Stalker. And man, oh man, Space Monkey's in some trouble, especially with this ES only 300 gold away from that Blink Dagger. He's only level 8, only a level 1 ultimate, but a Blink Dagger on ES nonetheless. Great catching potential, great team fight, and something that Space Monkeys are going to have to look out for. Not to mention this bottom lane now down to racks. They're going to have to keep keeping that lane pushed out. It's going to be tough work as we will see more and more items being picked up for Orange. So you see some treads up on Witch Doctor now. Darkseer going to have that pipe if he wants to buy it. He has enough for it now. He may buy it when Sakuri is back to base. Or he may just stay on a hood, but I imagine they want to get up that pipe aura. And here we go. Space Monkeys grouping up near the mid lane. BKB almost up on Leshrac. He needs that desperately. That last fight, Queen of Pain just took him out with that BKB. And they're going to go in. Queen of Pain has a BKB. That's the problem here. Not to mention Aegis. Darkseer, Wall, Vacuum, the illusions causing so many problems. Nightseer's pop the BKB. Mushi doing so much damage. Going to take out CM. Going to lose the Aegis by the looks of it. May actually blink out here. Mushi surviving. CM, Night Stalker go down. Mushi going to come back in. Gets a scream off. Goes down to breaking the Aegis. But now Leshrac going to get Vacuum. Going to go down. 3 hero kills for Orange. And this game is looking to be spiraling out of control. Oh no. Things getting worse and worse for Space Monkeys. Puck wasn't even there. Or he was lurking around at top lane. And now Orange going to break into the Space Monkeys base. They've got the Serpent Wards. They can pop those down. The Necro Books are on cooldown. But that doesn't really matter at this point. Because they've just got such a big advantage. Ravage is up. But Night Stalker, Leshrac, the 2 key heroes are dead. And this mid-Rax could go down as well. Space Monkeys need to stop this. They are just... They can't afford to get down 4 Raxes. That'll just be too big of a deficit between the 2 teams. And we're going to see the melee Rax go down. The range Rax as well, taking some right-click damage here as Tide goes in. Pops a level 2 Anchor Smash with the Ravage. Pipe gets popped though. Winter, great item choice there. As it looks like not enough damage coming out from Space Monkeys. There's the Leshrac, Night Stalker going in. They want to go in the ES. BKB gets popped. ES goes down. Leshrac in the middle of things as Queen of Pain ultimate goes. Picks up 1. Picks up 2. He's beyond God. Like Mushi playing so well. And now we're going to see Night Stalker picking up a kill on Darkseer and trying to just hide in the trees there. As Mushi going to maybe finish off Dan. Blink, Scream, triple kill. What a play. And they're going to manage to finish off this mid-range Rax with the double Necrobook 3. GG is called from Space Monkeys, and that means, guys, tomorrow, same time, Orange versus MUFC Grand Finals for $2,000. I cannot wait to find out what happens then, guys. Holy crap, what a match, as Orange are looking pretty good, but MUFC yesterday looked even stronger, so this is going to be an epic showdown. Guys, Orange vs MUFC, be sure to tune in there. Make sure you tell all your friends, anyone who is a Dota 2 fan. It is going to be a highly anticipated match of mine and many people, as we do see ES pop the ultimate. By now, it is just not much Space Monkeys can do. They're down Mega Creeps 30 minutes in, and they will just pick up a few kills, maybe for their efforts. No, they're not even going to pick up the Witch Doctor. And Leshrac in the middle, surrounded by these Mega Creeps. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from those. They want to maybe take out Mushi. Mushi's silence, not going to matter though. Night Stalker goes down. And Mushi's Quap is just looking at the scoreboard. 12 kills, no deaths, 8 assists, 176 creep kills. Oh my gosh, Orange are looking good. So in the All-Malaysian Showdown so far, MUFC and Orange have come out on top, which means Grand Finals actions will be tomorrow between Orange and MUFC. The Serpent Ward's being popped at mid lane. They're actually going to get right-clicked down a bit by Space Monkeys. Space Monkeys looking just to enjoy their time on the main stage for as long as possible. It's one of those things, being at LAN, enjoying your time while you are there. And right now, Space Monkeys, their last couple of minutes, they're going to keep this thrown up as long as possible, as they did put on a good fight. This game was not as one-sided as we saw yesterday, where Invasion Red got completely outclassed by MUFC, but this match here, we see Space Monkeys doing a fairly solid performance. I mean, early game, the kill score was even, but there was just too much farm. Orange, all over the map, were getting more and more farm, and just the gold graph just steadily down, 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 down. Slippery, slippery slope, and the towers as well, all going in Orange's favor. So we're going to see the throne going down. GG, well played, and we're going to see you guys again tomorrow for the Grand Finals between Orange and MUFC. That'll be a best of 3, I believe. So the 2 semi-finals today and yesterday were best of 1. The Grand Finals is going to be best of 3, and that's going to be taking place tomorrow, guys. So quick look at the scoreboard here, find out what happened, find out how impressive Mushi's Queen of Pain just was. And man, some of those stats, look at this. Gold per minute, 617, 470 for Shadow Shaman, 430 for Winter. Leshrac was the closest to any of those on the Radiant team with 360. Didn't do all too bad, but in the end, I mean, Night Stalker, 6 kills, 2 deaths. He just didn't have, I mean, he did well, but he didn't have the impact he needed. And the tower difference, only 1 tower kill the entire game for Space Monkeys. The farm all over for Orange was just far superior, and oof. Great play coming out from Orange, who will be seen again tomorrow. That's going to be in the Grand Finals, guys, so be sure to tune in tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone tuning in online, as well as everyone tuning in at live in Malaysia for the event, live coverage there. Be sure to give Razer a huge shout out for hosting this event. So this is the Razer Dota 2 tournament, where the 4 invited Malaysian teams are competing for $2,000 US, and we're going to be uploading this game. For those of you who missed it, you're okay. Anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to be back with a small segment soon regarding an upcoming Dota 2 tournament, although I'll give you guys all the information soon. So anyways, short commercial break. We'll be back soon. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm Gods from Ghosty Gamers, and that was the Razer Dota 2 Malaysia Invitational.